as local news gets. News 12, Long Island.
In less than 48 hours, people across the island will go to the polls to vote on their school district's budget. Welcome to News 12 Long Island. I'm Michael Baldwin. And I'm Antoinette Biordi. A lot of districts are facing some pretty deep cuts if their budget doesn't pass. And that includes districts like William Floyd, as students took to the streets hoping that won't happen. The French politician accused of sexually assaulting a Manhattan maid is denying those charges tonight. Dominique Strauss-Kahn, the head of the International Monetary Fund, was arrested early this morning. Police say he attacked the 32-year-old maid in his suit at the luxury Sofitel Hotel yesterday afternoon. Cops caught up with him minutes before his flight to Paris took off from JFK. He's facing a slew of charges, including attempted rape and unlawful imprisonment. Two Suffolk cops saved a man's life after he went into cardiac arrest. It happened this morning at the Echo Arms adult home on Patchogue Road in Port Jefferson Station. Police say the 65-year-old resident passed out and wasn't breathing. Officer Sal DeBraccio and Greg Pranzo gave him CPR until his pulse came back. The man is currently being treated at Mather Memorial Hospital. Now, federal officials opened 2 more spillway gates today. If you want to donate to the Red Cross, you could log on to our website at news12.com and click on numbers and links. I gotta tell you, when I woke up this morning, it was dark outside. I thought it was still nighttime. I know what's going on. I know, it's so gloomy out there. You just want to stay inside. Let's check over with Norm in the Weather Center. The tables are turning on SUNY Schools. It's releasing its own report card. We break down how it's being graded. And after weeks of being offline, Sony's PlayStation Network is back. But not everything is up and running. What you can do and what you can't do. That's next. News 12 Long Island. Michael Baldwin is in Wantagh tonight. Michael? Nassau County cops say they've received media calls from as far away as Brazil, Greece, and Norway. Investigators are hoping all this media attention will help them catch the killer or killers responsible for these murders.
A summer paradise transformed into a crime scene.
Suspected human remains have been found in 2 locations in New York State.
A salacious story filled with prostitutes and a possible serial killer on Long Island is the big story, not only here, but around the world.
In New York, and the FBI has been called in to help solve a grisly murder mystery.
We asked a Norwegian reporter why they're interested.
It's a creepy story that even Norwegian people like to follow.
Monday, an FBI Black Hawk helicopter was over Oak Beach before heading to Cedar Beach, looking for clues after 10 sets of remains were found along Ocean Parkway. So far, none of the remains found belong to New Jersey prostitute Shannon Gilbert, who was the reason this search began. Only 4 sets of remains have been identified. No timetable on when police will make the identities of the other remains known. So we wait. What's their story? Who killed them? A news report. The families of the victims are waiting to hear so that their loved ones can finally rest in peace. On Friday, police found a bone fragment they determined that not to be human. Suffolk police say they plan to resume their search tomorrow. On Gilgo Beach, I'm Michael Baldwin, News 12 Long Island. The Republicans want to cut programs like Planned Parenthood and restrict the EPA's authority, but Democrats say they've given enough. Now, like children, they're toying around to that political playground we know as our government.
Okay, 3.
So we dumped about 48 pieces of candy between a group of second graders.
Take 4. 4 each. Why do you have 7?
Kids love candy. It's important to them. We wanted to see if they could divide it up equally before time ran out. I only gave them 5 minutes. Otherwise, it all shuts down and no candy.
Only 6. What? I have 8. How much does everybody have now? I have 1. Oh, let's do this evenly.
This exercise is kind of what our government is going through now. If no agreement is reached between Republicans and Democrats by midnight Friday, the government will be closed, and us big kids will lose out on more than just candy. So this means if you're waiting for your tax refund, keep waiting. Passport offices closed. National parks and monuments like Sagamore Hill and Oyster Bay, the home of Teddy Roosevelt, shut down.
They're kind of acting like a bunch of kids. I mean, a bunch of grown people can't make up their minds,
It's a game that they play every few years.
Games may be for kids.
Wait, we have to have an even number. Each take 1, try. No, everyone gets sick.
But Congressman Steve Israel of Huntington says the effects are no child's play.
If you're a small business on Long Island that gets an SBA loan, then the federal government can't process the loans. And what really frustrates me on this is that there's no need for this shutdown.
The kids ended up with an uneven number. They didn't have a shutdown. They just divided the candy evenly in the time allowed. If they can get it done, why can't the adults?
We're back. Everybody has 6? Yes. Okay, we're done.
All right, if the government does shut down, this will be the 5th time since 1981. As many as 800,000 government workers will be told to stay home. Congressman Israel says he would have to furlough a majority of his staff.
News 12 Long Island's Michael Baldwin has this story, and you will see it only on 12.
This is surveillance video from South Main Street Pub in Farmingdale. The guy on the left of your screen is off-duty Nassau police officer Richie Heffron. Watch as he pulls out his gun and points it directly at one of the pub's employees.
Unless you have a gun pointed at your face, you really, you don't know how you're going to react.
The man with the gun pointed at him is Charlie Ball. He says Officer Heffron came in with a mutual friend after hours. He says Heffron became belligerent and pulled the gun as he was grabbing a drink.
And I turned around, and now I'm looking right at the gun.
3 or 4 minutes later, according to Ball, the officer pulls out his gun again, this time taking out the ammo and putting it on the bar. Now, Charlie says the off-duty officer was drunk when he came into the bar. Now, the question is, did he drive here that way? The surveillance video shows Officer Heffron pulling up and hitting the curb. Then he and his friend enter the bar. No one answered the door at Officer Heffron's home, but his neighbors say he's a good man who may have made a mistake.
Everyone gets drunk. I've gotten drunk, done stupid stuff before.
Doesn't give anybody problems. He's always got a smile on his face.
Ball chose not to file charges. Nassau police say Officer Heffron has been suspended without pay and faces a disciplinary investigation. Michael Baldwin, News 12 Long Island. Good morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. Still no arrests made in a shooting that sent 4 people to the hospital. It happened Saturday around 3:30 in the morning at a club in Rocky Point. Police say someone walked into the Oxygen bar and shot 4 people, 3 of them women. Anyone with any information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-220-TIPS. A fallen hero from Patchogue honored with a Navy warship named in his memory. Maureen Murphy, mother of Lieutenant Michael Murphy, said, "Happy birthday, baby," moments before smashing a bottle of champagne against the bow of the Navy destroyer on what would have been her son's 35th birthday. The Navy lieutenant was killed in Afghanistan in 2005 while trying to save 3 of his comrades. He was also posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, which is one of the medals encased in the ship's mast. News 12 Long Island's Virginia Huey was in Maine for the dedication. She'll have more for us today at 5 p.m. Good morning, everyone. I'm Michael Baldwin with your weekend update. Nassau County Police need your help in catching a bank robber. It happened Saturday in Valley Stream at Roslyn Savings Bank. Police say a man verbally demanded money from the teller, then took off. No one inside was hurt. If you have any information, you're asked to call Nassau County Crime Stoppers. Their number is 1-800-244-TIPS. It was 1 year ago today. New Jersey prostitute Shannon Gilbert went missing. Family and friends are having a special memorial for the 24-year-old. Today on Oak Beach, she was last seen running in a panic from a home in the community and has not been heard from since. On Monday, police will search part of the Wantor State Parkway from Merrick Road to Ocean Parkway. At least 9 sets of human remains have been found along Ocean Parkway since December. The Long Island Marathon Festival of Races has kicked off today. Thousands are expected. Many runners will be doing a 26.2-mile run, which will end at Eisenhower Park in East Meadow. Now let's get a check on your Sunday forecast.
News 12's Michael Baldwin tells us about some Long Islanders who did just that.
The eggs were getting flipped and prepared. The cook was offering up some yummy pancakes. The food was served and people chowed down their Mother's Day breakfast at the American Legion Nislip. And with a kiss, they celebrated this special day.
It means just the time to spend with family, a time that we just celebrate each other and how blessed we are just to have the 2 kids that we have right now.
I celebrate my daughter on Mother's Day because without her I wouldn't be a mother, right?
Others cozied up on the beach while some kids swung through the playground with moms like Deborah Herpfer, who likes to take it easy.
Sit back and relax and try not to do that much.
It's a special day for me, you know. It's a day where I celebrate my mother and all the mothers in my life.
We found this 4-day-old bundle of joy heading home for the first time. Talk about timing.
Second one, so it's a boy. It's Christian like me, so it's something that we always wanted And to have it done a day like Mother's Day, it's great.
Very excited.
Yeah?
It's a good Mother's Day present.
Clearly today is one of those times when you're going to be picking out the right flowers for Mom. We asked little Brianna, 8 years old from Deer Park, what's the secret to making the right choice?
Because they look pretty.
There you go, folks. If the flowers look good, get them. So to all you mothers out there,
Happy Mother's Day!
from all of us to you. Michael Baldwin, News 12 Long Island.